Hello everyone, I'm Silver. It is actually the afternoon of Monday, March 16th. I just want to say a quick hello to all new viewers and an awesome welcome back to all returning viewers. If you did tune in last time and decided to come back, I really do appreciate it. You can actually find me on Ravelry as Silverluna2112, at Silver Streets on Instagram, and at Silver's Knitting on Twitter. I do have a smallish amount of stuff to talk to you about, but I should get started, right? All right, so please grab your drink of choice, your crafting, and away we go. Today I'm actually drinking one of the last few cups that I have of our pumpkin spice coffee that was bought so long ago, but apparently I need a little bit more, so hold on one sec. Okay, in this episode I do have hose, a new category, I'm calling it Stash Dash Strategy. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Whips, X's and O's, Radio GaGa, Silver's book pile, Silver in the case of the screen time, my favorite things, and the end of the road. So let's talk about the things that I finished this past couple weeks. I finished two things. The first one I finished was what I call the Take Another Little Piece of My Heart Now, Baby. This is literally a crochet heart. I absolutely love making these hearts. I used a 5.5 millimeter, which is an eye hook, and Cascade 220 Superwash in the Strawberry Cream colorway. I actually did this for a Harry Potter House Cup class that I have yet to enter, but that's another story altogether. The other thing that I finished was actually 4 different squares for my Scrappy Happy blanket. I'm hoping on about 6 or 7 more until the end of the month. We'll see if I can do it right. I'm actually using miscellaneous fingering scraps that I have around. This past little bit, I did use some old rusted chair and the bijou and a random red scrap that I had, also from old rusted chair. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look that up and put it down below if I can find that soonish. Let's see. Oh, and I did use this wonderful green color. Oh, yes, and I also finished another one, you guys. I just finished. It was actually a nice gray colorway. Both of those last two were from Leading Men Fiber Arts in random colorways. I don't remember those names either. I will put them down below on the picture as well. For this project, I am using a 4.25 millimeter, which is a G hook. So I have finished a single sock since the last time we talked as well, so I'll call this a hoe, or a half object. This is from the project SSDGM 2020. This is the Desert Vista Dye Works sock collection that I am actually doing. This time around, I am using the Toe Up Socks with a Difference by Wendy D. Johnson sock, mostly because I wanted to switch up the heel a little bit. And like I mentioned before, I am using Desert Vista Dye Works Visa Base in the My Favorite Murder colorway. I am using a size US 1, which is a 2.25 on 9-inch circulars, and 2 16-inch circulars for the toes, heels, and cuffs. Okay, and now actually for a new category. I am starting to put as much work into projects as I possibly can and then stop right before the bind off if I can. If it's not for a Harry Potter House Cup class, or if it's not for the Desert Vista Dye Works sock club, I am going to go ahead and finish it as much as I can and put it on hold until Stash Dash, which does begin late May, I believe the 22nd of May, and goes until August 22nd as well. So we'll see. So when I get to that point, I will be using what I call Stash Dash Ready, this category here. The first one I got to this point since the last time we talked was what I called Mom's Muse. This again was the Socks on a Plane by Lala, who is of the Knit Girls, who actually is hosting Stash Dash, so it's fitting that this is the first one I got to that point, right? I am using a Knit Picks Muse hand-painted sock in the Elation colorway, and these were on size 1.5 which is a 2.5 millimeter on 9-inch circulars, most of the way up until the ribbing of the socks. I have literally one more row on the ribbing and then the bind off, and then those will be completely done during Stash Dash. So, yay. I hope this year, speaking of Stash Dash, I hope to get about 15K, but we shall see. Hopefully the couple blankets I'm planning on, so spoiler on that, hopefully that will get me closer. Either way, the second thing that did get into Stash Dash readiness these past couple weeks was what I called My Flat White is Magical. This is the Flat White Wrap by CC Almond, and I have been using Sweet Georgia Yarns Tough Love sock in the Magician colorway, and I was doing this on a size US 3, which is a 3.25 millimeter on 29-inch Hyatt Sharps. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love it. I believe I have exactly 2 rows and a bind off on that one, which is absolutely amazing. I ended up using 2 skeins and a little bit from a third. We shall see if it goes on. I believe I am up to 50. Yeah, 50. Let me double check that. That's the beauty of having Ravelry right here, y'all, right? Talk amongst yourselves. Yes, it says 55. 50 pattern rotations. Wow. I can read my own handwriting. Let's move on to what I've worked on since the last time we talked. The first one was a project that I called Scrappy Happy Desert Vista Dyeworks, or DVD for short. I am using the Granny Stripes pattern by Lucy of Attic 24, and I am using miscellaneous Desert Vista Dyeworks scraps. All of them will be listed directly on my project page on Ravelry. If you would like I said, I am Silverluna 2112 there. For this project, I am using a size 4.25 millimeter and a G, which is a G hook, which I absolutely love. You can see I did quite a fair bit on that one. I don't think I've touched that in at least 4 days, so that was quite a bit of progress, right? The next project that I did start since the last time we talked is what I called Banana Sis. The pattern on this one is Socks on a Plane by Lala, the Knit Girls again. And I used Hue Logo Merino sock in the Banana Hoo colorway. I used a size 1.5. Actually, I'm currently using a size 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter 9-inch circulars. And the bag that this is in is the Beauty and the Beast bag by Molly Klein Designs. It's actually the pink one with Belle all over it. It's so cute. I love it. And this sock I did get through about 3 pattern rotation. So the next project that did get, I think, a fair amount of love since the last time we talked is a new one. It's what I called Dr. Daddy-O. The pattern I'm using on this one is the Doctor Who Reverse Polarity Socks by Rosie Rose. And I am using 2 full skeins, hopefully, of Knit Picks Hawthorne Fingering Multi in the Newport colorway. I am to the gusset of the first one already, and I think I did that in about 2.5 days. So, yay, I love this. It's cablelicious and awesome. I am using a size US 2, which is a 2.75 9-inch circulars, again, because it is so cabley. I needed a little bit more space. And it is a 72-inch sock. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and this is actually being housed in my library book bag by Whimsy Stitches, which I absolutely, absolutely love. Oh, yeah, and the next thing that I did get, I don't know, a few rows at least, of is the Huffle Pride sweater that I've been making. I did get to the second increase section for the little bell part at the bottom. I'll have to show a picture when I get to all the increases done, because until then it kind of looks just like a mess for right now. If you're wondering, this is the pattern Hogwarts: A History by Megan Regan, and I am using Sweet Georgia Yarns Tough Love sock in the slate colorway for the majority of the sweater, and lemon curd for the yoke itself. And I am going to put a little band of patterning down the bottom of the bell as well once I get there. And at the bottom of the increases, I am using a size US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter carbon circs. They are 24-inch circulars, I believe. And I did use a size US 3. I don't know the millimeter, I'm sorry. I'll put that down below, for the collar. And I think I might Might possibly want to put it in, put the threes for the bottom ribbing as well, but we shall see. Okay, now the last thing that has gotten I would say an S ton of work on was what I am just calling super secret design. This is a design that I am making for Harry Potter House Cup for break month, so I'm not going to give any more really big details other than that. I hope to premiere it maybe by the end of April once everyone's gotten a chance to participate in it. It's actually going to be a mystery knit along project for that same group. Either way, I am using 4 wonderful colors and I can't wait for you guys to see them all and everything put together. The pictures that I will be showing you are going to be in black and white or sepia if I can. Yeah. But basically, I am using Wonderland Yarns and Fraptious Fibers Queen of Hearts in the Tea Time colorway. And I'm also using 3 different colors from Nice and Knit in the Mayflowers colorway, Mint Chip, and Watermelon. I love the way these are all combining and coming together, you guys. I really cannot wait to show you this design. I am actually currently using a size US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter on 60-inch Chiagu lace needles. Yeah, and it's getting up there, you guys. It's a very wide shawl, but it's so worth it. I think what was the last count I had was 469 stitches across. So it's taking a little bit of time now. Hopefully I'll have that done by the time I record again. I'm crossing my fingers. You can't see it, but I am crossing my fingers. This is actually currently being housed in my blue TARDIS bag by the Knitted Broomstick. I have this literally in my lap right now to work on, but as I'm getting to the patterning section, I had to put it down. Okay, for X's and O's, the only thing I'm going to talk about is the cross-stitch project that I've been working on, which was the Butterfly Forest pattern by Dimensions. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of the full pattern here. And then I'm also going to be putting in pictures of what it was before and after. Basically, this is an awesome pattern with a lot of, I believe, 4 or 5 butterflies on it. It's so adorable and I love it. I think I might have a recipient in mind for it. Oh, I bought it for a particular recipient back 5 or 6 years ago, so we shall see. Besides the cross stitch, the only other thing that I've worked on, besides my knitting and crocheting, is the shawl itself. A lot of design background work. So let's go ahead and just move on to the next segment in that case. Radio GaGa. Okay, in terms of music, it's been kind of a busy week. I've been listening to, I don't know, say for example, New Kids on the Block and other 90s hitmakers, a lot of different soundtracks, including the Outlander Season 1 soundtrack. I don't really know why about the 90s music, but I just kind of wanted to. I was really feeling nostalgic this past week or so. Yeah, it is what it is, right? But in terms of podcasts, I did find 3 new podcasts since the last time we talked. The first one was a podcast called Verified. Amazing. Let's see. The second one was Truth If You Dare, which is about lots of different subjects. It's worth the time listening to. I'm only about 4 or 5 episodes in, but meh. Let's see. Oh, the next one that I found that was new to me, was called The Dating Game Killer. Oh my gosh. They just put out episode 5, which I can't wait to get back to and listen to, you guys. Let's see. Oh, also the Murder Squad. I've been listening to My Favorite Murder, and That's Why We Drink, Wine and Crime, and Martinis and Murder. Silver's book pile. Okay, so I have finished a few books since the last time we talked. The first was what I The first one was What to Wear to a Seduction by Sari Robbins, which I actually physically owned the paper books too, so that was cool. Let's see, I also read Anything for Love by Lola Stebel, She's All Mine by Petty Wilder, Woodhaven's Folly, by Emma Knight, A Vampire Bewitched by L.E. Wilson, My First Night by Virginie Bellarica, and Just Right by Erin Nichols. I also did read another paperback called Master of Desire by Kenley McGregor. As to what I'm currently reading, I am reading Changing Ways by Julia Tannenbaum and Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule. And I am probably going to be reading Echo and the Bone by Diana Gabaldon probably for quite a while until I get my butt in gear and start listening to it a lot more. I'm trying to go between listening to it whenever I can and reading the paperback upstairs. So it's more of a, okay, what part did I get to? Okay, let's go there. And then start reading from there. It's that kind of moment. Because I actually prefer to read paperback books when I can, especially if they're going to be what I call classic books. And I think that the Outlander series is definitely a classic book series. But anyway, I could probably go on that for a long time. But before I do, let's just go on to the next segment. Silver in the case of the screen time. Well, let's see. In terms of TV, I've been keeping up with Outlander, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. I absolutely love the show, you guys. Masked Singer, of course. That's something MTI and I watched together. I was a little bit behind on Manifest, and the new episode does come out tonight, so let's see if I can keep up. The next thing that I've been watching is the Dead Files. And then there was a season finale for both the Doctor Who, which, don't even get me started on the amount of times I went, what? During that whole episode. It's probably a good thing that MTI was not here, because that was pretty crazy. Anyway, let's see. Also, we had the season finale of 911 Lone Star. The premiere of 911 should be coming back this week, tonight. So, here we go. Oh yeah, and the other thing that did premiere that started up this past Friday was a show that I've been watching with Jack Osborne in it called Portals to Hell. I love this show. I don't know why. I really do. Like, you would think that he's so, like, tough and stuff based on who his family is. Not so much. And he swears less than Kelly and the rest of them do. So, there's that. He's just entertaining. I can't help it. Let's see. I did watch a total of 6 different movies since the last time we talked. I just really wanted to watch movies. Don't know why. The first one is one of my favorite movies. It's called The Birdcage. I mean, come on. How can you not watch that movie at least 3 times a year? Let's see. I watched Rocketman, which was the first for me. Never seen that one. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't realize how much crap was going on in the background to his songs, so that's good to know, I guess. Let's see. A movie called Ghost Ship. You can thank the ladies of Wine and Crime for this one. They were like, oh, it's a horrible movie. Don't worry about watching it. And I'm like, dude, I totally have to see what you're talking about now. It wasn't so bad, but the introductory scene, all that, it was amazing. If you watch it, you don't have to watch it in HD. You can watch it in standard def, and it's perfect. Let's see. Another first for me is The Social Network. Don't know why. I really wanted to watch that one. It was a movie that I found on Comcast called The Hustle with Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson in it. I have to say, it was interesting to say the very least. But anyway, the last one's actually the one that I probably liked the most, besides The Birdcage, obviously. But this one was called Detective Pikachu. It was so cute. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I didn't realize I knew every single Pokemon that they were talking about throughout the course of this movie. I did not realize I had been listening that much. But apparently I had been. I think a lot of those I knew based on the Super Smash Brothers games that I've been playing over the years. So, yay for learning. Sorry, I'm rambling again. In terms of the podcasts that I've watched Dramatic Knits, Adorn Knit, Tea and Possibilities, Stitching the High Notes, Criminally Creative, The Fiber Circus, and the Geeky Girls Knit and Cross Stitch podcast. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been trying to catch up. I'm trying. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and the other thing that I've been watching a lot of, more YouTube videos. Because, you just can't. You can't not watch them, right? You go down a YouTube rabbit hole and then it's all over. Okay, anyway, before I ramble anymore, I'm actually going to go on to the next segment. Let's talk my favorite things. Alright, so for this episode, I'm actually not going to be talking about the alongs. I'm going to actually be talking more about the knit night that I went to through Nice and Knit last Saturday. Oh my goodness, you guys, I had so much fun. Never has that much time flown by so quickly. I actually think I impressed everyone with how little time it took me to do the leg of a sock before. Actually surprised myself, believe it or not. But either way, that's a different story altogether. I had so much fun with everybody. It's actually where I got the yarn that I picked up through Nice and Knit, the Mayflowers, the mint chip, and the watermelon. I'll show pictures of those here. Okay, we have come to the end of the road. I told you guys this was going to be a quick episode. Haven't really been doing much, it seems like. But anyway, I am pretty social. You can find me on All Ravelry board, which is Silver's Dreamland podcast. I am Silverluna 2112 there on Ravelry. On Facebook, Silver's Dreamland can be found directly on the groups tab. I do have a group for Silver's Dreamland, and also there is a page as well with the same name. You can join either way if you would like. On Instagram, I am Silver Streets. On Twitter, I am at Silver's Knitting. Be aware, I do tend to read through all messages as soon as I possibly can. If you actually don't hear from me within 24 hours, please feel free to go ahead and email me directly at silversdreamland@gmail.com. As always, everything that I talk about can be found directly in the show notes at www.silversdreamlandpodcast.com. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell down below. This way others can find me in my own little corner of YouTube. Otherwise, I just get lost in the shuffle. And you can actually see when I post videos as well. Okay, I have rambled enough. I know your time is valuable, so please feel free to join in any discussion or you start your own on Silver's Dreamland Ravelry board. I don't bite, I promise. If you are feeling generous, please hit that button below this video so that others can see my show already, and just give me a thumbs up if you'd like. And please stay tuned for episode 86 in about 2 weeks. Until next time, happy crafting!